Hi, this is Danny Doyle, and I'm back with Casual Jacob for some more TMGC 0% growths.
And welcome to one of the best things ever. It's called Chapter 2 Preps.
Chapter 1 preps, that was prologue.
Oh, true. Second map prep.
I will save the Epistus icon. One of the bad habits that I've developed from doing so many zero growth runs is I've gone back around to hoarding my stat boosters. Just because very frequently in zero growths, you want to hold off and give them to the unit to join later with really good stats, because you're not going to get that many.
You might as well give them to the units that are actually going to use them later, right?
Yeah. I do think Kenneth is a very good user of the first Epistus icon. He's not the only good user who joins early, but his luck is pretty bad. And he wants to be an enemy phaser, so like... I don't think it's a coincidence that they give you a 3 luck unit and a luck boosting item, in the same map, is all I'm saying.
Oh, this might be, because we mentioned that there's mechanical differences. This might be a good time to mention how crit rate's a little bit different.
Yeah, do you want to say what the crit formula is? Because I can't remember off the top of my head.
So, the way crit works is, if you're familiar with GBA crit, your crit rate is half your skill. So, every 2 points of skill, you get an extra point of crit. In this game, your crit rate is your skill minus 10. Which means that any enemies, or even your units that have 10 skill or less, just don't have a crit chance. Which sounds like it'd be bad initially, because it means you don't have crit rate. But trust me, it means that enemies just don't get to have crit, which is awesome.
This guy is 2 crit.
Now, enemies have a debuff to their crit rate. Their natural critical that they receive from their skill stat is cut into 2/3, I believe. Yes, it's multiplied by 0.66. So, altogether, it just means less random crit chances you might have to eat from enemies. And I think we can all appreciate not having to eat random crits from unavoidable low percents.
Especially since, 1 crit, 2 crit, right? We have enough luck to offset that immediately.
Yes.
And we have Rally Luck, which we can use to help offset that going forward. The main reason that I bring up the Epistus icon on Kenneth right now is because it was in his inventory, and also because his luck will not grow as quickly as the enemy's speed does.
No, you do eventually have to deal with archers, merms, having enough crit to not be offset by his luck. So it is pretty useful to not have to worry about crit rate from enemies.
Because right now he's facing 0 from them, because they only have, I believe, each of them only has 1.
Yeah,
and they have
there's
0.
no way enemies have higher than 4 crit right now, because they would need quite a bit of skill. They would need probably about like 15, 16 skill
if it's
to have a crit rate.
Which is more than they currently have.
Yes. Which is very much appreciated. Now, enemies can still get their crit bonuses from Swordmaster crit bonuses, killer weapons, all of those, but their natural critical is cut down. Which I appreciate, because I always think back to, in FE6 Chapter 2, there's an enemy mercenary who basically has crit on almost everyone, because he has so much skill, and your units aren't lucky enough yet.
Yeah.
So every time you play that map, there's just this one mercenary who will always have a non-zero chance of doing 3x damage, and it is not fun.
It's pretty sad. One thing that I've been showing off with the formation is you can move your lord to a different slot.
Your lord is not locked to a tile.
Which is different from vanilla Fire Emblem. And I would say good. Oh wait! There's another thing we didn't show off. This game has the base!
Woo, we love the base! Pre-vulnerary. It works just like the Tellius base, where if there's exclamation points, it tells you how important something is.
And then anything without an exclamation point is a support. I think Blairin is one that we want to go for. Not just because this is my favorite of the Blair wives, but also because it's going to help us out early on when we want to use Blair. And there's not too many, like, Blair is one of the few units who I do think does hit that bottleneck on supports, because you can have 5 support partners and you can get them all up to the max rank. But with Blair in particular, she has so many options that oftentimes just getting temporary ones locks you out of all the ones you might want. Whereas other units usually don't have more than like 6 or 7 options, and you're probably not using all of them anyway.
Yeah, I think Blair, Aaron, and I feel like there's one more character who have more than 5 potential partners, but in most cases, you can just get any supports that you see come up. And these supports are not based off of any kind of deployment or fighting near each other, they are just chapter-based. You get X support in this map, Y support in this map. They're just set in place to receive your supports.
And the characters do not have affinities, so unlike in the GBA and Tellius games, where the bonus is assigned based on the affinity, it is instead individual supports give different bonuses. So similar to how in Fates, each character has different support bonuses they give as a backup, as a backpack, it's kind of like that, but instead of being linked to specific characters, it is specific pairs. So each specific support pair gains different things on level up. And in addition to these 6 stats, attack, defense, hit, avoid, crit, and dodge, they can also gain, as I mentioned, new weapon ranks and new classes based on support level.
Which is really awesome.
Yeah, and there's also some supports that just give items. Not even like, oh, you know, my personal weapon or whatever, but there's a support between 2 characters. One of them goes like, hey, I'm a healer. You're also a healer. I noticed you dropped this mend staff, and then just like hands the other person a mend staff.
Mend staff, woo!
So it's kind of like that sword in the Dimitri Felix one everyone talks about.
Yeah, you get a weapon out of it, or you get something out of it, which I really like. Supports that also give you something more tangible aside from just bonuses to your stats or whatever. I like that they feel a little bit more fleshed out and actually do a little bit more for you.
It feels a lot more impactful than just like +5 hit or whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of impact, this is someone who can make a lot of impact with their axe.
This is a pretty good unit.
This is our first physical unit, and she starts right out the bat as a pretty min-maxed unit. High strength, high skill, so she's gonna hit stuff. She's gonna hit stuff hard, and she'll also often double things, but she's not taking hits. I mean, early on, 32 HP is quite a lot, but she's not meant to tank. And her personal skill sort of shows you this. Like, if she takes damage, she gets even more attacks, so she can hit even harder. Axes are a high might weapon type. So, like, with Fiery Blood active, she has 27 attack, with an Iron Axe, which is pretty awesome.
And I'm sure some of you might have noticed by now, but stuff's accurate in this game. You don't have to worry about 65 hit Iron Axes or anything like that. The axes themselves are about as accurate as a GBA Iron Sword. Stuff has good hit in this game, and I really like that.
There are like a few units who can struggle with their hit rates, but hey, you get enough tools to patch them up in things like Certain Blow and Kusotic and stuff like that. And while Natasha, she has good enough skill, and axes aren't like, I mean, the hand axe isn't super accurate. 75 is still good. But axes aren't like the miss factories that you might be used to. I like giving her Kusotic just because it pushes her over the edge to have 100% on almost everything, even at weapon triangle disadvantage. And moreover, the worst feeling in the world is I set up Natasha in order to turn on Fiery Blood, and the enemy misses their 85%. That feels so bad.
So it just lets her get hit more often, because there's another reason you want her to be at low HP, because of her skill she learns at level 15.
It synergizes. She gets Wrath, which allows her to build. So the way that Wrath works in this game is it is a threshold. When you're below 50% HP, I believe, is it just a flat boost, or
it's a 50 critical when you're below half HP.
Yeah. Whereas,
and in case anyone has questions about skills, there's a level up skills section where it just shows you what everyone gets. And
Yeah,
they're
plus 50
in
crit
recruitment order.
when at or below hat health.
Yes.
So, very good for her. Synergizes with Fiery Blood. Synergizes with the fact that she's naturally going to be dealing a lot of damage because of her high strength. And, yeah, she's quite good. She is generally thought of as one of the 2 easiest ways to kill. There's an optional boss that you want to try to kill later on. And she's generally thought of as one of the more brain-dead plug-and-play ways to do that is just give her a hammer, give her wrath, and then hope for a crit. Not the most reliable, obviously, because you can't hit 100% with a hammer. But it's something.
It's high enough to save point 4.
The other thing that she gets, which is kind of a meme, is following a support chain with another character, she can get staff access. She gets E-rank stabs incredibly late in the game with the most pathetic magic stat you've ever seen. But what's very funny is the S-rank staff is a weapon that uses strength and triples your strength. So since she's a high strength character,
you just get the rank up, get the stick in, go bonk.
It's something you can do. It's definitely a bit of a meme. Like, she gets such a low staff rank, that, like, you are grinding for it, but, like, if you're willing to, it's something funny you can do. One last thing is her HP growth is 120, which synergizes really well with Fiery Blood. As soon as she gets a level up, Fiery Blood's turned on.
But, we sadly don't get to see that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to see her level up. And
oh yeah, we just won't get to see the HP go up, sadly.
We'll probably get to see Fiery Blood turn on as well.
And this is one of those cases where a first major difference between minimum growths and 0% growths would come into play.
Yeah, because Natasha would always get HP on min growths.
Which would definitely be interesting. But we're just gonna go with 0, because it's cooler that way, I guess.
One of the big reasons that I went with 0% is several of the secret characters are incredibly min-maxed to the point where minimum growths, they end up being basically the same unit. Like, there's one who has... I can think of. Yeah, there's 2, one who has, like, 100% in most stats and 1% in... Like, 100% in half their stats and 1% in half their stats. And then there's another one who has just 255 in all of their stats. So those 2 characters would play basically identical to each other. And then there's a third one who has like 100% in a bunch of stats. So I wanted to have everyone feel different from they do in vanilla. But my strategy for the snap is just going to be basically what I do in vanilla.
Hit stuff until it isn't alive anymore?
Yeah, I like hitting things until it's not alive anymore.
Oh, something I was going to mention is you've done this twice already, and I do the exact same thing. When we were trying to talk about Wrath, you pressed the R button because you tried to put the cursor over Wrath.
Yeah.
You just roll to the right.
You can't, unfortunately.
Because I do that exact same thing anytime I try to show someone a skill and go, look, this person has this skill on level up, or press the R button and try to highlight the thing and it doesn't work.
I just showed off her pronouns, I guess. So Kenneth, how does Kenneth do against this guy? Kills this guy, but takes quite a lot. Okay, 21.
Oh, something I really appreciate about this game, especially the early game, is how tightly put together it feels. Like how it feels like stuff was very carefully placed on the map. This doesn't just feel like a bunch of red units were painted onto the map. Because it may look that way initially, but do you mind checking the forecast of Natasha versus that mercenary in the bottom left?
Oh, yeah, this is the guy who has the Lance Reaver, right?
Yeah, would you look at that? The mercenary next to her actually has a Lance Reaver.
Yeah, I like luring him up anyway, because with Fiery Blood, she deals exactly his full HP.
Exactly.
Because that's plus 4.
It feels so calculated and perfect.
Which is why my turn 1 is to kill this guy. And this is what I'm talking about with, like, if he misses, I'm resetting. Because it's one of those, the worst feeling in the world is just not getting it turned on.
I don't think I've ever thought about giving her Quixotic, but that's a pretty good reason to give it to her.
So yeah, this guy deals more than 12 to Kenneth. See, this is where Kenneth having actually gotten, like, some amount of bulk gun level up would have helped. But I guess instead we just do this.
I think we do that. The armor doesn't move.
The armor doesn't move, but I wanted to kill him so that Natasha wouldn't have to eat a hand axe. But
That's
alas,
fair.
Kenneth cannot take both the armor and the soldier.
The bulky mage does not bulky anymore already.
I mean, he's still
great.
He's still doing stuff.
It's an armor knight. Armor knights have good strength.
Say.
Also, there's this guy up here.
Oh yeah. So
Sword armor's actually got res.
This might seem weird, but the sword armor class is the res armor class. Like, they have mixed bulk, which is why Luna is good, because hey, you can just ignore Luna. You can just ignore their res.
Just hit right through them.
I am, however, going to just go here, and we'll rally.
Oh, I thought you were gonna put Aaron in the forest on the right.
Why were we gonna put Aaron in the forest?
To kill the mercenaries.
No, we need to get Blair Chip.
Makes sense. Because we probably want to fight the boss.
Yeah, so this boss, in my second playthrough, so this boss has a story relevance in that there's a later recruitable character who is, like, sad that this boss died. And I was like, oh, maybe if I spare this boss and the other two bosses that recruitable character is sad about dying, because they're all optional. This is a survive map, but if you kill the boss, it ends the turn. So I was like, okay, I'll just spare the boss. Nope. Nothing special happens. No dialogue changes or nothing. So egg on my face. Very funny, though.
Look at this. It's so perfect.
She is, however, going to have to vulnerate next turn.
Yeah.
In order to not die, which doesn't take her out of Fiery Blood range, which is nice. Okay, I think what we do is...
She already
does you take how much?
Ooh. Huh.
Oh, you get doubled. Okay. Because what I was gonna do... Well, I know you only take 11 because this guy is the Iron Sword one. So what we can do instead... have Kenneth attack here.
Yeah,
so he gets healed up on the fort. And then Aaron chips this guy. Blair kills.
Yeah,
Just
the archer
sure,
doesn't move.
Yeah, that's safe. So yeah, if Aaron chips this guy... and then Blair gets the kill.
Yeah. This works.
And the mercenary will move around below Aaron in order to attack Blair.
That sounds like what'll happen. And we're getting our support bonuses.
We are. I don't know if we would get 100 hit without them, but...
we probably would.
we got 100 hit with them. So that's something. That's nice.
Hey, on the bright side, your Blair is just as fast as mine was.
Yeah, it is the hit. Okay. And then we'll just have Kenneth kill this guy from below so he gets 4 healing next turn.
Oh yeah, 4 healing's good.
We do want to get, I believe there's a secret book in that village, so we want to get that, and we want to kill the boss to get the red gem. Plus, like,
yeah,
there's a very scary wave of enemies that show up. So now we know we're benefiting from the hit bonus.
Yes.
Because of his void. Although, we also now know we weren't before, because he gained 10 and only went down to 93.
It still feels good.
It does, it does, it does. I believe the Cavaliers start moving this upcoming turn.
I don't remember if they go aggro on a turn. I do. Oh, that feels so bad.
No, it's okay. What we do is... Oh wait, no, the sword armor will be able to reach 2, won't he? Ooh, okay.
Just kind of the sword armor.
Yeah, we can Luna the sword armor. And then, how does Blair do with
She awakening?
Yeah, she can awaken him. So we Luna plus awaken, and then go here with the hand axe and vulnerary.
Cool. Cool.
Already combat art's coming in clutch.
Swoop.
Look at that. I love the combat art animation. The little shoo.
Same. And there's a unique one for all the different skill types. It's not just the same animation every time you use a combat art.
And then we will Fire Emblem Awakening.
Whoosh.
And then I think this is where we break open our Levin sword.
Yeah, I think we just start bolt sorting a little bit.
Ooh.
Yikes. What's this soldier do?
18 attack versus 7 defense, that's 11. So she lives, but we can't initiate. We do have to just sort of wait.
Oh, I guess a slight mechanical difference during the enemy phase. So the magical weapons, because of how they work, they're not considered a part of the weapon triangle. So like the lance didn't have the advantage here. But if it did, the weapon triangle is slightly different from GBA.
Yes.
10 hit and avoid and 2 damage. So it's more damage, but it's the same hit and avoid as FE6. Which I think is a pretty good weapon triangle. I like only the 10 hit and avoid. I think 15 from FE7 and FE8 is just a little too much.
See, I like it when it's impactful, but you're probably right in that it's like too much. I think we have Natasha, shove. Well, we'll do the talk, because why not? It's free. I don't think you get anything out of these, but like, my paranoia.
I think it's just you get some story stuff out of it. Can Blair reach the left armor?
Yes, that's why I shoved. So she can get this kill, and then Aaron's gonna go here and vulnerary. Actually, how does she do with the steel sword? Not good. We want the Levin sword equipped.
She wants the Levin sword. Whoa.
And then
the
Blair
can't reach up there, right? Oh, Aaron was just there.
Yeah, Cavs still can't reach. I'll have Blair kill this armor.
I was gonna say finally an enemy she doubles with resolve, but she doubled with fire.
Yeah, no, Awakening's not doing much for her yet. And unfortunately that's just gonna be the way it continues throughout this playthrough.
I know on fixed mode, with a single speed level, she actually doubles a lot of enemies with Awaken, in this map specifically.
I got 2 speed levels on her, and that's how I was able to one-round the boss in my first playthrough. 15 attack, 9 AS, so it doesn't double. Oh, they can both reach the same square. 15-15 versus defense of 7. So that is 8-8-16?
He lives.
Oh, he can't even reach, can he?
Oh, not quite. Tragic.
This is so sad. Because I did want to start baiting them up so we can make it to the, village. Nice dodge. That's actually huge, Aaron. That's actually huge. Alright, now that soldier's there. So that's 8 8 to 16, 21. The 21 from this guy.
Hey, if you walk up to 1 range from the archer and stand on the top tile, can the soldier reach you?
No, he cannot. And we don't kill the archer in 1 round, so we can still, like...
chip him a little.
Hit with flux. Alright, I think we have Blair. Kill this guy with fire.
Whoosh.
Then Aaron can go heal Kenneth. Kenneth can bait the Cavaliers.
Turn everyone 5 out of 7. Okay.
Or do we want to heal Kenneth or Natasha?
Do we need Aaron to go start chipping the boss?
How does she do against the boss right now?
With Levin Sword, she
2-rounds him.
Because if she goes to heal Kenneth, she can't reach him next turn.
That's true.
We could vulnerary with
we
Natasha.
do. We just want to. We just need to be able to reach the village.
Yes.
I think we vuln with Natasha. Unfortunately, full heal.
Yeah, I think we
Vuln
want.
with Kenneth.
We're gonna have plenty of vulneraries.
And we can get another vulnerary if we kill that archer. But yeah, I think. Do we start chipping the boss? I don't think we chip the boss because she 2-rounds the boss. So we can kill the boss on player phase plus enemy phase. So we heal Blair instead.
We do have a save point we can use this turn.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I think we definitely save point this turn if we can.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a big if we can, depending on how the enemies move.
Yeah. They definitely moved in an awkward formation. And I don't think we double, because Kenneth only has 6 speed. He doubles the Steel Lance guy, but not anyone else. And there's those scary Cavaliers.
Oh, that's a lot of calves.
Oh my goodness.
Just barely. What?
Okay, we can start by doing this.
Oh, that's so perfect.
And then Natasha can probably kill the Javelin one with her hand axe.
I think, yeah, she can definitely kill. Does she? Yeah.
And now Kenneth can save.
And then start.
And he can kill the soldier. So Kenneth can kill the soldier. We're gonna save first.
Oh, Natasha can't reach the village next turn, I think. 2, 4, 5. So we need to put Kenneth somewhere where he can reach
3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, she can. I've got a shove available.
Alright, you can shove. That's right. We can just shove.
So I'm gonna have Kenneth kill the soldier.
You see, I was actually feigning ignorance, so we'd have a reason to mention that all the infantry units have shove.
I wanted him to kill the soldier to be able to counter the archer, but no, he'll just kill the soldier from here. It's fine. I shouldn't have vulneraried. If I didn't vulnerary, I could kill that archer and get his droppable vulnerary.
But oh well.
But it's fine.
Yeah. So we don't want to chip yet, right?
Yeah, we let him initiate.
Are we gonna be okay one more turn?
Yeah, we kill on player phase.
Oh, we did save, so we can just...
Bum ba bum bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Yeah, so we do need to shove.
Oh,
doesn't
sad.
Doesn't kill.
Well, no free vulnerary.
Yeah, I shouldn't have healed with Kenneth. He didn't need it. That was
for
that was a misplay. Well, it doesn't insure against anything, though. We did the math. Like, it was just me being foolish. Actually, speaking of me being foolish... Speaking of foolish, actually, we want to get the chip with Blair, since Kenneth can shove anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So, here's save points being awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's nowhere he can attack from
Wait,
where he can also reach the village.
Oh, he dies to the soldier, right?
Yeah, he's at 10 HP.
Tragic. Okay, what if instead of doing...
It's just a single vulnerary, so, like, we'll survive. I don't want to reset the entire map for it, but it was optimal to attack. The 8 HP that Kenneth healed doesn't change anything about his Volk situation. Like, that was just me operating on instinct, and even though I had already done the math and recognized that he didn't need to heal, it's a lesson I'm trying to unlearn, where I feel like you need to be okay with your units being at low HP.
Yeah, I was wondering if Kenneth could run all the way down and just use a vulnerary and we enemy phase the soldier.
Also, just realizing now she needs to
dodge a 60.
Dodge a 60, which, like, she can do.
Oh,
because of the save point.
Yeah.
Wait, Luna doesn't help. Yeah, he only has 1 res.
Yeah.
And I shoved with Blair again! It's okay, Aaron might die. That little bit of Blair EXP isn't making a difference. We just need to dodge a 60. Calculated.
Easy.
I'm mad at myself for that vulnerary. I know in the grand scheme of things it is not important, but I'm mad at myself because I saw the correct play, and then I didn't do the correct play because I was like, but my unit will have low HP. And, like, it is important as Fire Emblem players to remember the only point of HP that matters is the last one. Kenneth healing there did not change anything.
It cost us a whole vulnerary.
Yeah, so if you want to make my day feel better, subscribe so we get the vulnerary back.
Woo!
Bye!
See ya!